one thing which I feel is very, very important is that self-awareness. So, अभी introduction के time ही sir was saying कि आप सुबह आप क्यों उठते हो? तो so sir answered that नींद पूरी हो जाती है. But in my case, I was someone जिसकी नींद कभी पूरी नहीं हुई. तो for starting 2 years of my preparation, I was completely fighting this fact. I had heard and read at a lot of places that if you wake up at 4 a.m. or if you wake up at 6 a.m., you're like most intelligent, most hardworking, most intellectual capacities are arisen. But if I used to wake up at 4 a.m., I would study for 2 hours and sleep for the entire day. So it was not working out for me. So the turning point of my preparation came when I started realizing that I should do what works for myself. And what worked for myself? It worked that if I wake up at 8 a.m. and I study till 10 p.m. at night, that is the best time which I can give for my preparation. Because people are either early risers or, night crawlers, whatever. But I was neither. मेरे को रात को भी जल्दी सोना होता था, सुबह भी लेट उठना होता था. So then, according to me, I made my timetable so that I can take out the maximum amount of time in the duration of the day I have. So then how to take out the maximum amount of time? Because पूरी रात जाग के नहीं पढ़ेंगे तो इतने hours कहाँ से आएंगे, इतने घंटे कहाँ से आएंगे? So trust me, if we say that someone studies for 14 hours in a day, 14 hours in a day, you can study for 1 day, you can study for 2 days, but you cannot study that much for an entire year. I realized that there were a lot of books in UPSC preparation for prelims in which when I was making notes, I would get very tired and it would double up my work. So in that case, I decided I will not make notes and I will read from the book only. So you have to choose and you have to do what suits the best for you, and that should be the basic premise of your preparation. कि अपने हिसाब से चलना है. There would be 10 people saying 10 different things, and mostly ऐसा होता है that people are just repeating what they keep hearing without realizing if it is correct or not or if it is true or not. तो मेरी मदर मुझे एक पोइट्री सुनाती थी बचपन में. तो उसके 4 लाइनें ऐसे थे कि राजा बोला रात है, मंत्री बोला रात है, सिपाही बोला रात है, ये सुबह सुबह की बात है. तो always keep this in mind that even if 10 people say something and you feel that you have to do something, just listen to yourself, because UPSC is an exam which is not something that एक ही टेम्पलेट पे सब लोग वैसे कर लेंगे. You really need to understand what makes you the happiest. And ऐसा बहुत कहते हैं that you should do something which you love, and unless you love the preparation, you won't be able to clear it. And I absolutely agree that it is very important to like how your day is going, how your routine is going. But इसके साथ एक और बात मैं ये कहूँगी कि loving something does not mean that it will not frustrate you, और ऐसा नहीं होगा that if you love your preparation then all days would be very rosy and the preparation would go by like a very nice Shah Rukh Khan movie. That will not happen. आपके भी दिन खराब आएंगे और बहुत ज़्यादा बुरे दिन आएंगे, लेकिन if you love it and if you're passionate about it, then that would keep you going. That will not make you give up. And when we say that you should read the newspaper, you should read the Hindu, you should read this, that. So one more thing that you need to understand about UPSC preparation is that it is not just fact collection. आप newspaper पढ़ के सिर्फ facts नहीं collect कर रहे हैं. You are actually honing your other attributes. For example, if you read the newspaper, आपकी reading speed बढ़ती है, आपकी understanding capacity बढ़ती है, आपकी grasping power बढ़ती है. And I often used to wonder during my preparation days that I'm reading so much, how will it ever be helpful in the service? I have to go in foreign service. What am I doing reading all this? But no, each and everything that you do during your preparation time is actually very helpful for you in the services. They say that UPSC does not make officers, it takes officers. So you have to be that person already. if you're not ready to slog for 8 to 12 hours in a day, how do you think कि आप कल फील्ड में जाके 12 घंटे काम कर पाएंगे? And the job, I'm telling all of you here that in spite of the rosy pictures, in spite of social media glorification, the job has a lot of challenges. It is a very responsible job. It is something that requires a lot of moral courage. And I think to be a good officer, you need to be a good aspirant first, who knows how to do hard work, who knows how to stay consistent, and who can actually go there and say that yes, I'm capable of doing this. You know, I'm capable that किसी ने मुझसे कुछ पूछा तो मैं उसको तुरंत 5 pro points, 5 cons points बता सकूं. You need to become that person so that you become a better officer tomorrow. And there's this very common word known as FOMO, that is fear of missing out. So fear of missing out बहुत ज़्यादा होता है UPSC में. You know, I had this very great fear of missing out कि old Rajendra Nagar में पता नहीं क्या होता है, I'm missing that out. So I joined coaching and I thought, but people stay here, people join libraries. So I started having that fear of missing out again. So I joined libraries also. Only to realize that, you know, if you keep running behind your fear of missing things out, whenever I used to go to the bookstore, to the market, I would pick up books. I'd feel, अरे ये वाला किताब तो बहुत important लग रहा है, मैंने नहीं पढ़ा है, my roommate is reading that. So if you're taking your decisions based on fear of missing out, you are missing out on the larger picture, the bigger picture, that is clearing this exam. And I used to fear this a lot, that I did not have any mentor or any guide, or I did not have any guidance, because I came from a very unrelated background where people in my college did not used to prepare for this exam. So half the time, half the duration of my preparation, मैं बहुत परेशान रहती थी कि मेरे पास guidance नहीं है इसलिए मेरा होगा नहीं clear. And although, trust me, you yourself are your biggest and best guide. जितना आप खुद को गाइड कर सकते हैं उतना कोई नहीं कर सकता. एंड कैसे करेंगे गाइड? वंस यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग इनटू द प्रिपरेशन. जब आप धीरे धीरे प्रिपरेशन में चलते हैं तो कहते हैं कि रास्ता ही रास्ते को दिखाता है. जब आप उस रास्ते पे चलेंगे तभी आपको दिखेगा कि आगे अगला कौन सा रास्ता है और कौन सा रास्ता आगे लेना है. सो डोंट बी अफ्रेड ऑफ मिसिंग आउट थिंग्स एंड नोज डाइव इनटू थिंग्स. धीरे धीरे आप चलिए, धीरे धीरे प्लान बनाइए. ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल स्टार्ट फाइंडिंग वेज एंड यू विल स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग अ पर्सपेक्टिव. एंड दिस इज वाई दिस एग्जाम रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस. पेशेंस बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि धीरे धीरे ही आपको पता लगता है. अगर मैं यहाँ पे आके अभी कुछ बता रही हूँ एग्ज़ाम के बारे में, सो दैट इज़ आफ्टर 3 years of preparation, after some years of understanding this exam and thinking how it is going. So don't nosedive, don't be hurried. Take your time, जितना time लगे decision बनाने में, understand and be consistent. You know, we often go to YouTube and see motivational videos and motivation ये वो. But always remember that motivation will only get you started. It is discipline which will keep you going. Motivation आपको बस initiate कर सकता है, आपको हल्का सा push दे सकता है. But अगर आप disciplined हो तो even in your bad days you're giving your 100% with or without motivation. So stop being motivation hungry. Don't run behind motivation. Be your own motivation.